Did you hear me? Yeah. A lot of times we take a lot of things that the old man said out of context. Now I was guilty of it too. So I ain't throwing off on. I'm not trying to give you no kind of understanding given to you that I always knew every time he talked what he was talking about. That's not true. I had to learn to. And I had to learn how to listen.
That's right.
I had to learn, where is he coming from? Yeah. Let me tell you, Richard, Frank, Randy, y'all may remember, almost all the time, we call on him in the class. He stand up and said, I was glad when he said, let us go in the house of the Lord. Time after time, he said, you know what I do? And I said, this ain't it. I wonder what he's talking about. Year after year, wonder what he's talking about. Because he said every time they call him. And while I'm there, when they call him, everybody does this. We come here after a long time, and they call on speaking root, and somebody got something new been added.
That's right.
Oh. No, something's been subtracted.
Yeah.
From even the president, ladies and gentlemen, the president of the United States. How much more than the Yahweh from heaven?
Right.
In the new Sometimes we didn't got all fired. Oh, dear flowers, that we kept everybody. Let's all clap it on. Somebody said, that's right. It's noisy back there. We weren't like that. Were we? No. Frank said no. We shut up laughing because we understood. And when we laughed, when we talked about things we used to do, it was us involved.
Yeah.
Right.
We ate the crackers. We took the grapefruit juice.
Right.
So when we laughed about it, we was laughing at ourselves.
Right. That's right.
Because happy were we that Yahweh had brought us out.
That's right.
That's when I came back. And I'm not making no promise you'll ever see me again. Because one year I came in, I told my sisters, if it were not for her being here, I wouldn't come at all.
That's right.
She's the only reason I come.
It's all right.
It's just to see her and her family and her husband.
Yes.
I'm tired of them. I've taught teachers to teach. And I know what I taught them.
Yeah.
And what I've been hearing is not what the old man taught, and it's not what I taught you when you first came in.
That's right. That's right. Correct.
You see? I talked to your president. I said, when did Dean start running schools?
That's right.
It ain't that I haven't opened my mouth.
That's right.
I was the president in and for the state of Ohio at one time.
Go ahead then.
Appointed by the founder and Dr. Prost.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right.
And I ran the school here.
Hey. That's right. They know it.
I don't mean when I say I ran, you do this, you don't do that. I don't mean that. I taught them and let them perform as the Spirit just led them.
Yeah.
And that's the way I operate now.
That's right.
That's right.
Those that came with me know us that way.
That's right.
And everybody in Florida school, you gonna get up and teach.
That's right.
Thank you. That's right.
Sit there and make no monkey out of me. Get up, and we have little ones that conduct classes.
That's right.
That's right.
Tear you up.
That's right.
That's right.
Billy Hilton got converted to listen to some of those.
That's right.
He said, I see what they're talking about, but how they did it.
Yes.
So I really, I mean, it wasn't through me. He first understood. It was the little ones on the floor.
That's right.
But how they were able to do it is because I taught them little ones what my father taught me.
Right.
I was the lamb, they were the sheep.
Right.
You understand? So I taught the sheep so they could come up to be lamb. And they taught a lamb.
Yeah.
Oh,
Little Rock found out Doc had a son. Or had family.
yes, sir.
They shouted on the phone.
Yes, that's right.
We found it.
Yes, that's right.
We found it. Then somebody said, oh, he's up at glorified. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Somebody that knew what the founder thought.
Yeah.
And it would be a common courtesy if you could just get it in your heart and mind, is this possible? Remote possibility. I might know something about what my father taught.
Work it, Dad. Work it, Dad.
Every time I go somewhere, and I get people started to visit, you know what I did? Got down.
That's right. That's right. Sure did.
It's just possible that Jason knows something. Because his grandfather and I both taught it.
There you go.
All right.
And something comes out of his mouth that I haven't taught you, though. The founder hasn't said, forget him too.
Go ahead, Dad.
Understand. Yes, sir.
If he teaches you something that's right and I'm wrong, forget me. You hold to the truth.
Right. That's it. That's it.
It would be nice. It would be pleasant. You see? If they would just consider the fact that my father taught me also.
Yes.
You see? We didn't walk around it. We never told him we didn't want to hear nothing he had to say.
Right.
Not long ago, now move on. Not long ago, and probably Rachel remembers, he used to tell us, he didn't do a lot of talking. Time to go to bed, he said, upper deck. Upper deck. Then I had to think about, not too long ago, he was talking about the lower deck, the upper deck. And
Good, Dad.
even then I'm catching on to some of the things he said.
Wow.
Excellent.
Upper deck.
Excellent.
Why didn't they go upstairs to bed? He said upper deck. You know how kids do? Say, somebody there calling me? Oh, damn, you know damn well we ain't calling you.
That's right.
If we didn't know it another time, he wouldn't say that, he'd just say,
Yeah. That's right.
when he spoke, that was it.
Yes, sir.
But we as children, we did like other children do, but I'm just telling you, you know?
Yes, sir.
So I come to become intimately acquainted with that man whom you call the man. Right? Now, as I said, I'll take it again. I'll show you. And it's on the charts here in Springfield, and all the charts throughout the school. 1930.
Right.
Yes.
And he used to say right where Adam, Yahweh exhaled in Adam,
Yes, sir.
right where he inhaled in him. Okay? And you cannot go back here and change Adam's death to 931 to save your soul.
Right.
That's right.
So,
Yes, sir.
Joshua with the 9 attributes in principle
Yes.
manifested either by appearing or through the Virgin Mary. You understand? With the 9 attributes in it. So, when it administered 30,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
930.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
That's right.
Same Adam coming all the way down.
That's right.
So,
Yes,
one
sir.
more time. The founder was born the 9th month
Yes, sir.
in the 30th day. See, it's this time you just start looking around and stop believing these hypocrites.
Right.
And then we've heard it in Florida, it don't make no difference.
Right.
That's what he said.
Well, if it don't make no difference, then you may look all them Jehovah, Judah, or Buddha. You can call them John Jackson. It don't make no difference.
That's right.
But see, you know you can't convince yourself that it don't make no difference. You get a check from the mail, post office, with John Jackson on it for Ted Smith, Ted Smith can't do a damn thing with it. Got to get the right name on it.
Right. Yes,
Then
sir.
folks say, well, it don't make no difference. God knows who you talk to. Now I say, my name is Yahweh, you understand? So you keep going, Lord, 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 Lord. You know what Yahweh did? I wish the Lord would answer you so you'd shut up on the man talking to me. No, he answers to his name.
Yes,
And
sir.
how many times did we hear that even when Yahweh called Moses, he called him by name?
Yes,
See? And the Son said he knows you by your name.
that's right.
And he's called you unto him. You understand? Let's get real. Let's restore this thing back like it was given. Because it's the only hope that's in the world. You understand? And let's not take it lightly. Now, when Yahweh declared a purpose, this is what I've been drilling the children in Florida about.
Yes,
They
sir.
get to know. Before anything was, he declared a purpose from start to finish. But to execute his purpose, he stepped into a shape and form.
Work is dead.
Right? He chose a cloud to symbolize eternity.
Yes, sir.
Follow me? And this is a phenomenal cloud. You see? Jim Martin, what's your mother's name? Jasmine? What's your father's name? See? Now, you know where he went and got that? He went right in the cloud.
That's right.
Now, see, he can't go in the cloud to tell me his mother and father's name and get an erroneous name out of that. All right? Because it ain't rested in there. I'm trying to make it plain now. So when you talk about reaching back, make sure you don't reach back to the esoteric. You and your reaching back. See? And the angels came forth past Elohim and the gate. You're a damn line of truth ain't in you. See, that's why we're getting all this mess.
Yes, sir.
Yahweh, by him creating, he had nothing to create, nothing but the pattern of himself.
Right.
That's right.
Yes.
It is him that's transforming into every cosmographical structure in the universe. That's why John said, without him what? Transforming into it.
Right.
There was nothing made that was made. And if he's the kingdom, he's righteous, or he enjoys the accident, then you tell me I go create something satanic.
No way.
Do it, dead.
How could he create the man in his likeness and image, and the man's opposite than he is?
Nope. Don't line up.
What is the image? He has the appearance of that shape and form.
Right?
The likeness of the attributes in him.
Go ahead. All right. Go on, Father.
Yes, I know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That's right.
Like the song said, what will you do? I'm answering to him now.
That's right.
As he answered to Yahweh, me recognize that's who he was.
Yeah.
What will you do for him? Well, I will show him.
You
And
done.
my testimony is the same as yours.
Yeah.
Speak, Father.
We went around with contradictions. Moses didn't back this off, the Elohim of Israel. Then we run away and John said, no man has ever seen Yahweh at any time. Are you crazy?
Tell it.
Then who was Moses?
Oh.
Was he lying? When him and the 70 elders that saw him, were they lying?
No, sir.
No.
See, there's something missing over there.
Yes, sir.
No man has seen him.
Right.
You see? There's something missing. No man has ever seen him and lived.
Right.
Thank you.
Once you see him, you're dead.
That's right. That's right.
Hallelujah.
You understand? Things have been taken out of your Bible. Things have been taken out of context. And that Yahweh shows you don't know where they go.
That's right.
You understand? But let me finish. Oh, get on. So then he created the heaven and earth. Now, here, where I'm at now. I'm not talking about the vision.
Okay.
Given to Moses. I think when he said, when he just willed the creation to be, declaring the end from the beginning, there wasn't nobody to do it.
Right. That's right.
But in his mercy, when he chose the time appointed to reveal it to a man named Moses, he broke it down in this.
Right.
Okay.
What I'm really talking about, Moses knew what sheep was. He knew what offspring was. He knew what grass was. He seen the sun, moon, stars. He watered the flocks. In other words, he walked around the earth.
Yes.
He'd already seen that.
Right.
And there's another principle with Moses. You are the children and partakers of the vision and revelation given to the founder.
Yes.
Then that makes you his flock.
That's right.
Do it, Dan.
I'm saying it to say, bring up a point.
All right.
Then when Moses was a shepherd over Ruel's flock, he didn't seek to rob Ruel. He didn't put them off on the side.
No.
Maybe the female, y'all start proud of it.
That's right.
Yes.
You see? Then as soon as you got enough, you say, hey, Ruel, I think I'm cutting out. I don't need you no more. He didn't rip him off. He'd wash his weed out and he'd try to rip off the fountain. Sheep or his children.
Yeah.
God damn erroneous doctrine.
Bring it home, Dan. Just said. Just like that.
I'm gonna tell the teacher that I was them. Hey, I'll give you a copy of the tape. They can see it for themselves. That's right. I'm telling you, it's like thousands. And they went to the one meeting in California, and they said, now talking about they need another soul.
Yes, sir.
And rose in the choir direction. You know, that teacher asked a question in the back, and they ain't answered her yet.
Go ahead.
You know why? They're lying.
All right.
It's a lie, Richard. You don't need another soul.
All right. Yeah.
You don't need another body. We know this was simple. You understand? But the one we're talking about is already in there, so you don't need nothing. You are complete in him as of now. You just got to come to it. You remember there was a fellow that seven from Enoch?
Yes.
The seven from Adam, was walking along, and there was no more.
That's right.
Huh? What was he like? Did he need another soul, another spirit? Another body? You walking right on down to the end of this and walk right out on into eternity. You know? You don't need nothing. You complete to make that step.
Right. Right.
And you don't have to worry about no long hair for him that is Krishna. Hair Krishna gonna snatch you up out of him by a braid, you know. Once the braid breaks. Right? It's time, you see, it's time to put away foolishness. You see? It's time to do it. Somebody said, God Kennedy sent me. For what? If you're still asking questions, you haven't been sent.
Right.
Although Yahweh sins, he's qualified to answer all your questions.
That's right.
And he answer before you can ask.
That's right.
That I've done.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
These couple here, this married couple here, Jerry and Brenda, they were separated, and Brenda was talking to me, he was in a business meeting. She said, well, I have to talk to Gary. I said, you want him to call you? She said, well, yes, I just willed with him. Pick up the phone, call him. He's sitting there, am I right?
Right.
Don't lie.
That's right.
Remember now, we're restoring the vision. Don't start lying now. We have to get rid of lies.
Right in the middle of a contract, I put it down, got up, went over to the phone and called her.
That's right.
And all I said was, Gary, call her.
Go ahead, man.
That's right.
See what you doing, call her.
Happy Sunday. Yes, sir.
And you do the same thing.
Yes, sir. Right.
And there was a time when the founder said, anything you see me do, you can do. I didn't believe it. But when I got around to trying it, I found it works.
That's right. Yes, sir.
It works. Oh, yeah. But you have to be given permission. As he used to say, if I'm given permission to speak, it's done.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes,
I didn't raise the dead. Heal the sick.
yes, you have.
Talk the blind. I didn't know all that.
Yes, sir.
And he told me one time, we talked about Farley all the time, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Farley was written with that. I just got sick of hearing it.
Okay.
Because he came back to Springfield and said, you check the record. He said, yes, I raised Farley from the dead, but I think it did him more harm than good. Said, you check the record. Everyone the Messiah healed did not follow.
Right.
They got their reward.
Go ahead, Dad.
And then you want the reward of immortality. You still, that's the big reward you have.
Right.
That's correct. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now watch. So it showed that vision to Moses in a day-by-day, chronological day-by-day sequence. And it's abiding right where Yahweh put it.
Yes.
That's right.
And he turned it.
Yes, sir.
And it ain't got options.
Right.
You got it now?
Yes.
So now, Yahweh had begun to walk from Adam down through the creation.
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir. See, we've got it understood. This is him manifested.
That's
Right.
right.
You understand? Look, this is divine authority for it. Sacrifices and burnt offerings thou wouldest not. But a body thou hast prepared for me, and Lord, I come.
Yes.
Yes.
You follow?
Yeah.
In the body. Here it is here.
Right.
That's right. Yes. Right.
That's before he manifested the Virgin Mary, utter those words. He cannot do nothing on earth that he had not already done in heaven.
That's right. Yes.
You understand? All the fruit of that was in that ended up in him.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And a coat of flesh.
That's all.
When he, then I'm going to tell you, they will say, yes,
All right.
as Moses was seeing Elohim narrate, let us make a man. He saw him put on a physical body.
Yes.
And he didn't see this.
Right.
But what did he see? He saw.
Good stuff.
See, because if he did this, his life is coming from outside,
Yeah.
not within.
Ah. That's right. That's right.
And it's just like you were alive when your mother was carrying you
Yes, sir.
and wasn't breathing oxygen.
That's
But you were alive and being fed.
Yeah.
Though you were kicking and complaining. See? You were being fed. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
So let me try to get down to a point. So now Yahweh began to appear to a man named Noah. Right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah.
Then he began to appear, you see, come to the other patriarchs, except Abraham.
Yes, sir.
The condensed over, okay, on time scale. Now, when he gets down to Abraham, then you got to have that seed born down in Egypt, coming out of Canaan land.
That's right.
All right.
Right?
All right.
Right.
Yeah.
So Abraham is born. I mean, Moses is born.
All right.
He's out of that lineage, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Listen.
Yes.
So Moses, at the age of 40, slayed an Egyptian. We've been through that. If you've been here, so I'm not going to rehearse the whole thing. Slew an Egyptian, fled in the land of Midian.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Moses, 80
Yes, sir. Right.
At the burning bush. Zero is going to have no value, and 8 is Yahweh's eternal love.
That's right.
Go on, Dad. Yes.
So at the age of 80, right on the nose, appeared them in the burning bush.
All right.
See? And sends Moses back down into Egypt to bring his children or his son
Yes.
out of Egypt.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Let them go a 3 days journey to worship me. Right?
That's right.
Right?
Right.
See, I'm telling you, I'm weak, I'm losing my voice. I don't want to be up here rasping and warm for nothing. So, to make a long story short, I'm after something. So then Moses, at the last plague of death, they slew the lamb, put it on the 4 corners, right? Now this slaying here coincides with this slaying here. See, and don't you forget, he's slaying here, so he's slaying here, he's slaying there, coming on into this. So either way you talk, it's a slaying to come down, a slaying to go back. Follow?
Yeah.
So it works that either in a decent fashion or unsaid fashion. Something has to die for you to return. Or something has to give up his life that you might have life. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, so after Moses brings the children out, not through the dividing water, but the tunnel up water.
Yes, sir.
You see?
Yes.
Of the Red Sea, they went through on dry land. See, and that coincides, as I'm saying, this is the lamb slain before the time. The 3rd day here is the seed of vegetation. Yes, and seed of Abraham coming up out of the land of Egypt.
That's right.
You follow me?
Yes, sir.
You understand? See, this could not happen here if this had not already happened there. You follow?
Beautiful.
Then Yahweh gathered them up around the mountain. You follow?
Yes,
Then he gathered up the seed of vegetation all around him.
Yeah.
And then they have them all washed up, cleaned up, gathered up around him. So Israel, yes, then had to wash up and be gathered up around the mountain. That he might speak to them.
Yes.
All right.
Restoring the vision back.
Yes, sir.
You see?
Thank you.
Now they say, what happened? And another damn thing while I'm at. If you don't have the Holy Spirit, fake it. When did you ever hear of a fake Holy Spirit? Listen, even the devil ain't a fake.
That's right.
He's a genuine devil. He's not a fake one. Get out of here with that stuff. You don't have the Holy Spirit, fake. And somebody said, there's nothing wrong with that. At least you're showing you're trying. That's the problem. You're trying. Instead of being, you're trying. You're trying to be good.
Right.
A whole lot of lies being told around here in these schools. No, I'm going to do this first. In Florida,
Yes, sir. All right.
I mean, they look at this as something to stay. Elohim. It's just a title. You should hope the hell you have the title. Looking like the title is pretty great. Compared to what we really look like now. But Elohim is just a title. A great heavenly anthropomorphic being.
All right.
But in heaven is in space. And all you can say about it is just a title. Yahweh's not a God. The hell he ain't. There's nothing he's not.
Right.
He's ain't creeping in.
All right.
And all this damn in the logical question should be, what was the name? All that's been added. Fella called me from Dayton. Said that's the first time I heard the Monterey. The way we do the Monterey is the way the old man set it up. I know who added all that junk to it. But the logical question should be, what was the name of the Savior when he walked past the Indian and that. Take 45 minutes to introduce nothing. The logical question for you and I was, who was this man AC? That's the more recent logical question.
Right.
You see? And it was that one that AC one told you about this Yahshua back here. Now you're not going to jump all over AC to get back to Yahshua. You can stop that jump.
That's right.
And Yahshua's not coming back at your hand.
That's right.
The Yahshua's coming back for the Lord. I mean, just run. Didn't Jerry Mathis, what did Jerry Mathis know? He needs to go somewhere and shut up too. Right. Because the international president. Are you kidding? Of what? City dump? You know why I said it? Are you filtering up on these folks? Yes, I said, and I told him in the face. Yeah. And I said, oh, he talked rough out there. Like, no, I told him in the face. Nobody frightened me.
That's right. Looks like it is, Dave.
Well, won't kill you. You be doing me a favor. I don't deny them, no hand against the law to kill yourself. My glove, my hands, I don't have trouble with it no more. You take it. You know? Let somebody cuss you out for it. You know? You rest your life. Or Yahweh to have to get in them. Hey, what is being in them? You got to stand in Yahweh. You got to get Yahweh in you. What the hell are you talking about? Who made him born in you? Who took him out? Who put him in? He was saying Yahweh was not all in all yet. When was he half-assed? Don't complain. You did just dancing around trying to be nice and humble. I tried that for 50 times. That ain't work. Try to anoint him, you know. You really didn't mean it. I know you know better than that. That ain't work. Quit lying, damn it. You take that and you say, proton. Let me make it. If I don't get no present, we don't have that tomorrow, too. And then when we leave, you're going to have class. And this class is not dismissed to the universal revelation. Now, and that was what? Am I spelling it right?
Yes, sir.
Neutron. And what? Help me look a little bit intelligent. Now, that's an apple. That's an apple, right?
That's right.
Little would you know that this is an apple.
It's all right the way you got it.
Very well.
Right.
You did and got tricked. This is an apple, too.
Excellent.
Got it right?
Excellent, Dave.
Okay. Now we say man is pneuma, psyche, soma, right? Yes. Now, so we speak in past, present, future tense, right? And head region, chest region, abdominal region. In the car you got gas, water, oil.
Right.
Egg, shell, the white, the yolk.
Right.
Some. Just go on and on and on and on. It's endless.
That's right.
Threefold ramification of the self-same principle or deed. Tell it.
Right.
Got it?
Yes.
Now, so then we finish this down, but that Yahweh is spirit. You can add two if you want to. But spirit's never been defined. Spirit, soul, what? And I don't mean spirit. I'm talking about that.
Yes.
Body of heaven in the spirit.
Yes.
I'm not talking about nothing flesh.
Right.
Body. Right? Now when you come along and say you need another Elohim or another soul, you just got through saying you need another Elohim.
Right.
And as the Bible used to say, you'd be surprised how stupid you are. Right. Till you learn that.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, I won't have much time, much more time. I want, where are you, Colossians?
Colossians 2:9.
This is what I want to say in conclusion of this. See, as he appeared to the prophet, you see, he appeared to Rachel.
Yeah.
See, and before she died, he appeared to Brenda. Before he died, she died. She appeared to this. In other words, that Yahweh keeping that chain coming all the way down. Now remember now, it's the same Elohim appeared to each one of them.
Right.
You follow? It's not a different Elohim. It's not a different deity. It's the same one.
Right.
So it was at the time of Moses that he began to write. Noah. You understand? Abraham.
Yeah.
You understand? Others did not write their vision.
That's right.
You understand? It was Moses that wrote.
Right.
Therefore, he said, go to Moses first. Why? Because he's the first one I had to write and record the visions I gave to the others. And you got, in this man, you got the vision given to Moses in counseling the founders. You got the revelation given to Daniel in Alabama, given to the founders. What are you lacking?
Right.
Nothing.
Somebody said, let's progress on. You haven't understood that to the game. So, when he came in to fulfill. You know, they couldn't make a move. And then, therefore, he said, sacrifice, burn offering thou wouldst not, but a body thou hast prepared me. Lo, I come in the Bible of the book, as it is written me to do thy will, O Yahweh. It was Yahweh himself that he declared, I have purpose, I'll carry it out. And then put on a prepared sacrifice and walked among those that he called to come forth. You understand? Look at this like you and me. That's how he's talking to himself. You follow me? You understand? And then that he raised others from the dead when they told about Lazarus being dead. You follow me? Then he had to wait 4 days before he go down there and raise him from the dead. Isn't that right? Why he did have to wait 4 days? Because he put the sun in heaven on the 4th day. And he was manifested as the sun walking in the earth place. So he had to go down at the 4th day and raise Lazarus from the dead to prove that I am the life, I am the resurrection. You understand what we're talking about now? Every step that he's making, he has to do in fulfillment of that, which is done in Scripture. Back here, when he took Aaron and down the bayou and set the elders up into a mountain, and then right trying to figure before try to figure them or cause them to sin, then in fulfillment after 6 days, in the fulfillment, then he took up Peter, James, and John to the high mountain. Peter was the father, and James and John was the brother. It's like Aaron back here is the father, and everybody. And when the disciples went out, casting out demons out of spirit out of men, they came back to the master. They all there, cast out devils in your name. That's right. Go over and destroy them. In Messiah said, take by what you're talking about. If they cast out devils in my name, leave them alone. So who are those 70 hit 10 out to be in fulfillment of these 70 back here? That's what we're talking about. Every move that he's making. Now through his death, resurrection, appeared to them on the day of Pentecost. Preached a sermon up there on the day of Pentecost because they were all one accord. Because Yahweh was back. This is the unity of himself. So they had to be assembled on earth as he walked in heaven with one accord. All stiff back into my hand. So they gathered in the upper room and then appeared to them. He told them before he said, there's something that stand amongst you. Now, you shall not die. Or see that you see the Son of Man coming on his glory. Isn't that right? And he appeared to them on the day of Pentecost. He appeared in Albany. Said, these are the words that I spoke with you while I was yet with you. I did all things. I'm talking about he died, buried, resurrected, and he came back. Tell the same thing. Where do you get your goddamn changes? And he told us, Moses, my spirit. You remember when you said, you saw me out there walking on the water. You didn't say, I see Yahweh.
No.
You said, I see a spirit. You know why you said that, please? Because I was the same one that Moses told you about in the beginning. The Spirit of Yahweh moved upon the face of the deep. Isn't that right? You know, but they understand. Right. They begin to understand. And they came down from the day of Pentecost and began to preach. Isn't that right? Yeah. And just like 3,000 back there were destroyed for building the golden calf. Right. Yahweh takes away. Yeah. And he gives us life. And then soon that same sermon on the day of Pentecost, by Peter, 3,000 were added under him. And as many that have heard it began to be untamed because it's baptized how? In the name of the Father, the name of the Son, the name of the Holy Spirit. It wasn't just Yahshua. It wasn't just Yahshua. Just Yahshua. Yahshua. It was the name of the Father, the name of the Son, the name of the Holy Spirit. And these three are one. Read. Go ahead.
We're in Him.
We're in Him. We're in Him.
Well, of all the fullness.
Love all the fullness.
Of the supernal nature of Yahweh. In bodily form.
In bodily form. Yeah. Read.
And ye are complete.
And ye. Take this along with you. And ye are complete. Ye who? Ye anybody.
Go ahead, sir.
Behold, if they speak not, they who? Any damn body. Ye anybody.
Right.
Where is Yahweh? What body is he in? Everybody. Ain't nobody in it. Have I preached? Get anything out of it? You are complete. Don't you tell me I don't know. I accept that. I come to help, encourage, admonish, get you to hold on to what that old man taught you. And if I say something that you don't see, ask me about it. You don't have to be afraid of me. I won't hurt you. I won't go call your name behind your back like they've done me here. Talk about me before I get here, talk about me while I'm here, and talk about me after I leave. But ain't a goddamn thing you can do with nothing I know. Nobody yet has whipped this no man. And you are complete in Him. Now, anybody here outside of Him? No. You believe now in Him we live, move, and have our being? Yeah. And if you in Him, you are complete. Yeah. In other words, you got the Father, you got the Word, you got the Holy Spirit. Son, that will be, you know, when this is the law. See that? Just take that Father, Word, Holy Spirit, just place it in an earthen vessel. You have to crucify Yahweh to get him from the dead. Son, he was wearing the death hell in the grave. But he came in the world to put death to death and bring life and immortality to life. And we all know that old man taught that. We profess we believe it. And this is one that did, because I've seen it. All right. And you have an immortal spirit, brother, in you now. If we are real careful, you got an immortal body too. Because that's where an immortal spirit dwells. That's right. In an immortal body. You just haven't seen it. It does not yet appear what it shall be, but when it is. You know, it looks like just like him. I say, but we must all go and undergo a change. That's right. See what I mean? This, you look at it, it's not that. That's right. It shall be. So nothing. The boss is in here preaching from the throne. That's right. I'm preaching from the throne right direct to the throne. That's right. In other words, I'm standing here as your son. Yes. Praising Yahweh in you. Yes. I'm asking you, Father, did I please you? Yes. Yes.
And power.
We've got to read.
In whom also ye are.
I got about 5-10 minutes. I'm taking it. Take it.
whom also ye are circumcised,
You're circumcised.
Yeah,
the circumcision made without
See,
hands.
that's how you get the women folks circumcised.
that's right.
Thank you.
Circumcision made without hands. You understand?
Teach, man.
So we ain't not about male nor female organs. It's done without hands.
That's right.
The circumcision of the inner man. You understand? And that Holy Spirit is cut away. You understand? Or circumcised that old man. You understand? You're a new man in the Messiah. You
Right.
understand? Behold, if any man be in the Messiah, he's a new creature. And just some things. All things become almost real.
No.
See, stop injecting words in there.
Right.
Read.
In putting off the body of the sins of the flesh.
See that?
By
Put
the-
away lying. That's the body of sin of flesh. Put away lying. Put away cheating. Quit running around here talking about the 1,010 you. Quit running around here talking about you had a baby. One of these days you might have to prove that.
All right.
And ain't none of them proved to me yet. Because I got you covered.
Yes, sir.
But that's why I don't like it. I don't give a damn. And I don't mean that ugly. I just don't care what you think. I'm not here to please you. You don't have it in I'll say it for you. You don't have eternal life to give me. So why should I praise you?
Teach, man.
Why should I'm men and women please?
That's right.
Read, let's go.
By the circumcision of the Messiah.
Uh-huh.
Buried with him by immersion.
Buried with him by immersion. See, you thought you went to the grave with him.
Teach, Dad.
Said buried him by immersion. You see, don't you know as many as the Hebrews that was baptized, you know, by John was baptized into his death?
Yes.
Wasn't but one man that come out of the ground by vision. Wasn't but one man that went back. The rest of you bypassed.
Right.
Work it, Dad.
Mull that one over.
Yeah.
Think that one over real hard. See, you didn't come out of the ground.
Right.
And neither did Adam.
Right.
But he was merciful enough to show it to you. Yes? Somebody got pictures of Adam coming. You got an idea of my own. This is Adam. This is Eve, the trigger finger.
That's right.
This is Cain. And who in the hell is this? Who's this? We got two Adams now, two Eve, and two. Yeah, what's going on here? The Pharaoh never taught that jump in that. No, he didn't do it. He taught you all the time you don't believe there was 10 laws that came down from Mount Sinai, you got 10 fingers that come down. All the time you don't believe there was 10 plagues down in Egypt, you got 10 toes down. So, we taught us about the body fitting together with joints and sockets.
Yes, right.
I mean, he didn't go into the tibia and the splenomedulla and the epilepsy. Nobody around here trying to learn medical. We want to know something about Yahweh. Yahweh already knows what it is. And he already knows that. We just don't know him. Learning, well, what bone is this? Well, that's the circle of the blood. Ain't no light, he don't like it.
Teach, Dad.
We want to know him that raised this from the dead. Read.
Wherein also ye are risen with him.
Ye are risen with him. Read.
Through the faith of the operation of Yahweh.
Through the faith, see, by preaching faith comes. That's that source and substance. But with Elohim took on shape and form within the source and the substance itself. That's the same thing that's being formed in you now as the gospel is being preached. Come, and don't you ever forget, you took on shape and form covered into this body through that substance. You understand what? Everything that you needed in this earth plane to live, move, and have a being, it was in the source and the substance that you descended.
That's right.
And don't you think Yahweh got down here and didn't know how to get you back? See, under him, you understand?
Thank you.
Not that you ever left. Read.
Who hath raised him from the
Who
dead.
hath raised him from the dead? Read.
And you being dead in your sins,
And you have been dead in your sins,
and the uncircumcision of your flesh, hath he quickened together with him, having forgiven you all trespasses.
That's right. All right, that's right.
All right. So I don't want to hear it.
Work it, Dad.
I'm the one that forgave you.
That's right. Right. That's right.
But that's awful, boy. See, when you speak for our thoughts, brother, it's the same spirit.
That's right.
The spirit of our Father in us is forgiveness. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about this damn
That's
thing.
right.
This can't forgive this. You understand? You know why? Because it ain't done nothing to be forgiven for.
All right.
You understand? I mean, somebody slap Gene, hand it, this up here, though. Get it out here, and the hand won't be doing it. Read.
Blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us, which was contrary to us,
You don't down, let no man deceive you.
let no one, Jude 16, let no one condemn you regarding sacrificial meal and drink offerings made on holy days, new moons and Sabbaths, which are a shadow of things to come, but the substance is the Messiah. Let no man beguile you of your reward.
That's it. See? There it is. Warning. Don't you let nobody beguile you.
All right.
For what that old man taught you.
All right.
I ain't about to turn mine loose. You do what you want. And I haven't stowed away 69 years for nothing.
All right.
Right. You see? I haven't thrown away all that I give up to know Yahweh in vain. That's right.
Right.
I've laid hold on it, and I'm going to hold on to it. I don't care what nobody else does. Like me or don't like me. Right, Frank? And none of you can say I ever come here and been belligerent or ill-mannered or disrespectful to anybody.
Right.
Right. At no time.
Do it
And
then.
I remember this man at my father's funeral said that Dr. Kinley had some of the lovingest children he ever met.
Go ahead there.
You remember that? Or you saw it? Over there on Cicely Street? Why? What's that? And, no, what's that? You called his name. Miller. He was there. And you know what? They tried to start something there. My father too said, well, wonder where Doc's at now. I said, Glenn, I said, I don't you start that stuff.
Go ahead there.
Miller remember, I didn't remember, he told me.
That's right.
I put a stop to it right then and there.
Right. Yes.
I'm not in my father's place. My father has his place.
Right.
And I have a place in my father. And so do we all. You don't need to try to knock you out of place so I can live through it. Everybody's getting a place, damn it, stay there. And I know some of them look at me and say, he looks too much like an only play for me.
Yeah.
He looked just like me today. Oh, what's the matter with me? You said it. I'm afraid of the image of likeness. What's the matter with me? You look like my father and mother. You know? That bother you? Read, Barry. Let's go. It's time to go.
Let no man deceive you of your reward in a voluntary humility
See?
and worshiping of angels, intruding into those things which he hath not seen, vainly puffed up by his carnal mind,
See that? Read.
and not holding the head from
Not holding the head. Not holding, I'm saying, well, not holding to what the old man taught.
Right.
Hold to that.
Okay.
That's the power by which all of us begin to see. From, and that's what I'm holding to. Read.
and not holding the head from which all the body by joints and bands, having nourishment, ministered, and knit together increaseth with the increase of Elohim.
All right.
Wherefore, if ye be dead with the Messiah from the rudiments of the world,
You see, you'll die down here. You die from the root. You know what? Ted, what's rudiment? Rudiment in drumming are the basics.
Right. All right.
Right, John? When you learn to study drumming, right, Donnie? That's the big, right, Jason? Yes. Rudiment is the beginning. You learn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. In the beginning, isn't it? Right. And you have to learn all that before you can do what you saw them up here doing.
All right.
You have to learn the basics. So if you be dead with the Messiah from the roots,
Right.
or the what? Basics. You see what? Read.
why, as though living in the world,
Why, though living in the world,
are you subject to ordinance?
are you subject to ordinance?
Touch not, taste not,
Let
handle
such as touch not, taste not. What is it you can't handle? What is it you can't touch? And as Donnie said, the devil don't give a damn whether you're getting water or not. Whether you smoke, he don't give a damn about that. He knows there's more to you losing out eternal life than that. But as I said, you come on back. We're not through yet. I have a few more sermons left. And I hope that I've said something to encourage you, to hold on and be ready to go to one another and help one another.
Yes.
Quit condoning wrongdoing. If they don't love you for it, then go on, you understand? Be disliked for it. But just do all you know how to do. To restore this vision and this revelation back to the way it was given and begin to be preached in 1932 down to now. Yahweh continue to bless you. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right.
I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful that you've made it here. I don't consider myself as a teacher, as some of you are. Some of you are very, very good with the teaching it and drawing it out. Sometimes I feel that I'm better behind the scenes in helping you out in whatever you need help in. And then in being behind the scenes and helping you in whatever you need help in, then I see myself being executed.
All right.
And that pleases me. Because it's not about a fleshly body. We've always said that if you can't sing, be happy that someone else can sing, and you rejoice with them. And you take on the same inspiration that they're singing. And so then you become one with them.
Right.
And that's what I mean by when you're behind the scenes and helping one another. And at no time do I want to be up front.
That's right.
It might seem like it was some, but I really, in my heart, I don't feel that way. I'm always here to help or try to help some kind of way.
All right.
And I truly in my heart, when I came to this class, just as everyone else, wanted to know their Creator. And when the first thing I was told was that you breathe that name Yahweh.
Right.
And when Dr. Kinley said the other day that Elohim just took on a coat of flesh, and he just willed himself into being. And how he animated that body, he didn't blow, in that sense of the word, blow the breath of life into Adam's nostrils.
Right.
That was the vision of a drawing out. But when he just stood there and said,
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
And I'm grateful for the school, for all the different schools that come here, even if it's just one person.
Yes.
But we got one.
Yes.
And that's all you need a lot of times to get the word out. And by word of mouth. And this is such a great teaching that once you recognize what you've come to, you've come to a great responsibility.
Yes.
And if we don't want to accept the responsibility, and that is how we don't, a lot of times that's why we don't bow.
Right.
Because we don't want to accept the responsibility of being Yahweh himself in a body.
Right.
And telling someone the truth. Right. Because sometimes it's easy, well, for some people it might be easy to lie to one another to gain their, to bow to them. Sometimes it's easy to justify one another so you can look good.
Go ahead.
Or lie to one another so you can look good. But we say this is the truth, so we have to tell the truth and accept responsibility. So therefore, Dr. Glenn Kinley has said that to restore or to make known that it's never been a lie, never been unrestored.
Right.
All right. All it is for us to come to an understanding that it's always been taught the true vision, the true divine vision and revelation given to our founder, Henry Clifford Henry. And so I want to also thank all of the moderators, every single one of you. I'd like to thank you very, very much. And because I know there were some that stumbled, you know, but there is no perfection in this flesh. That's the word, because everyone stumbles one way or the other.
That's right.
If we were perfection itself in the flesh, then where will we give the honor and glory to Yahweh?
Right.
Because that has been removed as far as the fleshly concept of what the Creator is. He's not up above the sun, moon, and stars.
Right.
I'd like to thank all the readers. I love to thank very, very much Dr. Joyce Heath.
Yes.
She's done a great job. Dr. Joyce Heath also likes to work behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
But I said, no, Joyce, this time, come on, baby, get up there. You can do it.
Yes.
She's done it. Thank you. I want to thank my sister Rachel.
Yes. Yes.
Because I thought about you so much.
All right.
Because of all the things that you had to go through.
Yes. Yes.
You had to see your mother. But in all that, you've come out of it.
That's right.
You're strong, Angel. Means nothing, so you believe it, Richard.
Yes.
And I love you very, very much. You're my only sister.
Yes.
And her husband, Booth,
Yes.
is my brother.
That's right.
And he's another man than Dr. Henry St. Kenny taught.
Go ahead.
And I know that that man knows this truth. Because that's all he manifests.
Yes.
Booth manifests the truth. He's a very loving man, very helpful. He'll do anything for you. If he has it, he'll give it to you. Am I right? That Booth will help you out in any way he can. Am I right? No? Did you hear me, sis? You didn't hear me? I said, Booth is a very loving person and will help you out any way he can. And she said, yes. Ready to get y'all shaking up here. No, he's not. No, but he is.
That's right.
And also all of her family is the same. And I also want to say that Dr. Glenn Kinley is my husband.
Yes.
But I want every single one to know, especially these schools, that I'm not going along with him just because he's a natural husband.
Come on, right.
Because he's never been a natural husband. I never got to meet Glenn as Glenn to be in flesh.
All right.
Or as he was before he understood this gospel. I want everyone to know that I'm bowing to the truth. Because before we come to this class, we know what truth is. We know what a lie is. So, what I'm saying is, that's all he's ever taught is the truth.
That's right.
And you that have been in these other schools, you know these people have lied to you one way or the other. Yeah, I know you're not dumb. I know you can discern the truth.
Yes.
I know you've heard the truth here on this floor. I know you can't deny that. There are some that made mistakes. But mistakes will be done or said. But if they're not done with the intent to deceive, then you can be forgiven.
Go ahead.
So therefore I know that when anybody speaks and if you're telling the truth, we bow to that. So, these 9 major attributes which dwell within you and have always been there, but I always come to know now is that they have been quickened in us, understanding that Yahweh is no longer, or God, as we knew it at one time, is no longer above the sun, moon, and stars. We know that now. That's been quickened. That's intelligence. That's wisdom. That's the love of Yahweh to show us that.
Yes.
Before anything was, Yahweh is, even without a name.
That's right.
Yahweh just is. At one time, that was hard for me to come to or to understand. That how can somebody just be without no beginning or no end?
Go ahead.
But guess what? This isn't just a somebody. and drew it out as a garden and placed us in that.
Go ahead.
Yahweh himself is still embracing us as we talk about this red boundary that surrounds this chart. Yahweh himself, we move, live, and have our being within Yahweh. And guess what? If there isn't anything outside of Yahweh, tag, you're it. Whether we like it or not. We are the Father, the Word, and the Holy Spirit in one sacrificial body or prepared body. And the only thing that can stand is the truth, which you are. And when we will finally realize and come to it, we are no longer seeing flesh and blood like this. We are seeing Yahweh manifested in any shape or form. There are many shapes and forms here. This is a cloud of witnesses that Yahweh has chosen.
All right.
And there are more.
That's right.
And we should be proud and slap happy that Yahweh has shown this to us. Why should we want to devour one another at this late date? Why should we want to raise up and have jealousy towards one another? There's no need for that. That's carnal. That's fleshly. We shouldn't be carnal-minded anymore.
That's right.
We don't see jealousy here. We see love. We don't see ignorance. We see intelligence. So this is what we should be and wear the armor now or no and let it shine. As Moses did when he came down from that mountain. So now look at yourself or look at ourselves as being in this class and Yahweh showing us all these years who we are. Now we've come down to show others and be that bride adorned for her husband. Outshine that noonday sun, because that sun, that cosmic light and that S-U-N, Yahweh is before all that. He brought that into being and created all that. And in other words, he just is that. There's nothing, there is no difference. So we want to show and prove to our husbands to be proud of us. That he's taught us, in us, that we heard. We've heard the truth, and we're going to abide in it. That little voice we keep talking about. Listen to that true voice within us. Why would we want to go somewhere else for a church world, other classes, an elementary school, anywhere? Why would we want to go there if you're not being taught anything? You want to go where you're being taught, where you can understand. So then Yahweh himself took on a shape and form known as Yahweh Elohim, and the attributes took residence in this body, knew where to go, knew where to be. And you've got the intelligence and the wisdom and the knowledge here. That's the crown, or then the head region. Then you've got the beauty here and the love and the justice, right? You take the J out. There's no J in the Hebrew language, and never was. So we are the true Hebrews of Yahweh. So then therefore Yahweh said that his name was Yahweh, not the law and the prophets, they balance out and they work as one.
Right.
Because the law is the prophet and the prophet is the law.
Amen.
They work as one. You can't prophesy anything that's not in the law. You've got the foundation here, and you've got the power and strength for us to stand in the things that we know.
Yes.
And a strong foundation. And don't let anybody, nobody, even yourself,
Right.
say that that this isn't the truth. We've come too far. So then what Yahweh did is just like Dr. Lewis Henderson was saying, see these lines here?
Right, that's right.
That's where Yahweh transformed into each day of the creation and back to himself.
That's right.
To show that he is the one that took on the shape and form, or just simply is that first day, second day, and the chaos and all and the darkness, because he's not chaotic.
Right.
Okay, and I'll have to take on the shape and forms. Like when we came into class, we didn't know what we were looking at. And all this looked like scrambled eggs to us.
Right.
You know, but once it started taking on the shape and form of telling us that Yahweh is the one, and all that, that the attributes dwell in this body, all this is taking on the shape and form. Now we can start taking on the shape and form and teaching to others. So, well, we have to be that one. And I love this. I'll just do it here. When they talk about I'm still talking about Elohim. That the schools say that we don't have the Holy Spirit, or that you want another spirit, a soul. Excuse me. Thank you. And you look under the word Elohim, which is which is this is the spirit, soul, and body, right?
Right.
Okay, but see, the spirit would be here. So then you're saying that you want another Elohim, or another soul. Then you're saying that you want another Elohim. But that's not so, because Yahweh is Elohim. He is spirit. Okay, and this body, just talk to us.
Right.
It's the same thing with the same cup. You've got a fleshly body here. This is Yahweh and Elohim, Yahweh Elohim Yahshua.
Right.
In a body.
Yeah.
That's what that is. And when you bring it out, this is still the same body. This is not Yahshua.
Go ahead.
This is not Yahshua.
That's right.
This is Yahweh Elohim
Yes.
Spirit, source, and substance. Even that Yahweh gave a name.
Right.
For our understanding, out of love. So then, so he is that source. He is that substance. All the source and substance that you are looking for is here. We don't have to go outside of ourselves for nothing. Nothing. You even have the air. You can't believe it. You say, I can't believe anything I can't see. You can't see air, but you're breathing it. Aren't you happy and content with that? So all of the air that you have, all the air that's out here that you're breathing, you're not breathing all the air.
Right.
So then it doesn't take all of Yahweh. Okay, it doesn't take all of Yahweh to make up this same body. Yeah. Not separate and apart. Yeah. Okay? It's not like Glenn is over here because he's the teacher and you're over here because you're the student. No. Once you understand that Yahweh is the name, you're one with.
That's right.
You're not a separate body. You're not a separate person.
Right.
Now, am I talking too loud? No. And like I told you, I know that we have great teachers here. And then we look at this being the archetype original pattern. And you've got an arc here. You know, and I know I'm jumping around, but I know that this will all be tied into one. I know it will be. And if we haven't already ascended, we're going to understand that you have ascended. All right. So then you've got the Father, the Word, and the Holy Spirit here. This doesn't look like this.
Right.
And this doesn't look like this. But take the colors off of it.
Right.
You've got the Father, the Word, and the Holy Spirit here. And all life came out of this.
Yeah.
And all life's got to go back.
Right.
Which it already has.
Yeah.
All life came out of this ark here, which is Adam himself.
Yeah.
All life has to go back, and it was manifested this way with Noah, for all life to go back into the ark. Okay, and so that all life came out of the ark.
Right.
Same ark, but we get lost when it starts putting on a body, or we get lost when it starts manifesting.
Yeah.
And because see, we have to remember that the principle remains the same, but the manifestation changes.
Right.
That's what changes, is the manifestation, but the principle remains the same. The principle here is we're all Yahweh. Do we agree in that?
Yeah.
Then we're one. Right. We didn't see a fleshly body when you said right, did you?
No.
Okay. Now you don't see. So the manifestation changed, and everybody's saying right. But the principle remained that you said right, that you are Yahweh. That's the principle. All right. So the manifestation changes. So now we've got Eve coming forth from Adam. We've got the children coming forth from both of them, not just her.
All right.
We've got it come because he's the archetype pattern of the universe. But remember, she was in there.
Right.
So she's the archetype pattern of the universe.
Start running schools.
That's right.
It ain't that I haven't opened my mouth.
That's right.
I was the president in for the state of Ohio at one time,
Go ahead then.
appointed by the founder and Dr. Gross.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
And I ran the school here.
Hey. Good. They know it.
I don't mean when I say I ran, you do this, you don't do that. I don't mean that. I taught them and let them perform as the Spirit just led them.
Yeah.
And that's the way I operate now.
That's right. That's right.
Those that came with me know it's that way.
That's right.
And everybody in Florida school, you gonna get up and teach.
That's right.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
That's right.
Sit there and make no monkey out of me. Get up, and we have little ones that conduct classes.
That's right.
That's right.
Tear you up.
That's right.
Billy Hilton got converted to listen to some of floor.
That's right.
He said, I see what they're talking about, but how they did it.
Yes.
So it wasn't through me he first understood. It was the little ones on the floor.
That's right.
But how they were able to do it is because I taught them little ones what my father taught me.
Right.
I was the lamb, they were the sheep.
Right.
You understand? So I taught the sheep so they could come up to be lamb. And they taught a lamb.
Yes. Oh, man.
Little Rock found out Doc had a son. Or had family. They shouted on the phone.
Yes, that's right.
We found it.
Yes, that's right.
We found it. Then somebody said, oh, he's up there glorified. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Somebody that knew what the founder thought.
Yes.
And it would be a common courtesy if you could just get it in your heart and mind, it's just possible. Remote possibility. I might know something about what my father taught.
Work it there. Work it there.
Every time I go somewhere, and I get people started to visit, you know what I did? Got down.
That's right. That's right. Sure did.
It's just possible that Jason knows something. Because his grandfather and I both taught it.
There you go.
All right.
And something comes out of his mouth that I haven't taught you, though. The founder hasn't said, forget him too.
Go ahead, Dad.
Understand. Yes.
If he teaches you something that's right and I'm wrong, forget me. You hold to the truth.
Right. That's it.
That's it. It would be nice. It would be pleasant. You see? If they would just consider the fact that my father taught me also.
Yes.
You see? We didn't walk around it. We never told him anyone he had nothing he had to say. Not long ago, now move on. Not long ago, and probably Rachel remembers, he used to tell us, he didn't do a lot of talking. Time to go to bed, he said, upper deck. Upper deck. Then I had to think about, not too long ago, he was talking about the lower deck, the upper deck.
Good, Dad.
Even then I'm catching on to some of the things he said.
Wow. Excellent.
Upper deck.
Excellent.
Why didn't they go upstairs to bed? He said upper deck. You know how kids do? Say, somebody there calling me? Oh, damn, you know damn well we ain't calling you.
That's right.
If we didn't know it another time, he wouldn't say that, he'd just say,
Yeah. That's right.
when he spoke, that was it.
Yes, sir.
But we as children, we did like other children do, but I'm just telling you, you follow?
Yes, sir.
So I come to become intimately acquainted with that man whom you call the Bible. Right? As I said, I'll take it again. I'll show you. And it's on the charts here in Springfield, and all the charts throughout the schools. 1930.
Yes.
And he used to say right where Adam, Yahweh exhaled in Adam,
Yes, sir.
right where he inhaled in him. Okay? And you cannot go back here and change Adam's death to 931 to save your soul.
Right.
That's right. So,
Yes, sir.
Joshua with the 9 attributes in principle manifested either by appearing or through the Virgin Mary. You understand? With the 9 attributes in it. So, when it administered at 30,
Yes, sir.
9:30.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Same Adam coming all the way down.
That's right.
So,
One more time.
the founder was born the 9th month.
Yes, sir.
In the 30th day. See, it's this time you just start looking around and stop believing these hypocrites.
Right.
And then we've heard in Florida, it don't make no difference.
That's right. That's what he said.
Well, if it don't make no difference, then you may look call him Jehovah, Judah, or Buddha. You can call him John Jackson. It don't make no difference.
That's right.
But see, you know you can't convince yourself that it don't make no difference. You get a check from the mail, post office, with John Jackson on it for Ted Smith. Ted Smith can't do a damn thing with it. Got to get the right name on it.
Right. Yes,
Then
sir.
folks say, well, it don't make no difference. God knows who you talk to. Now I say, my name is Yahweh. You understand? So you keep going, Lord, 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 Lord. You know what Yahweh did? I wish the Lord would answer you so you'd shut up on the way talking to me. No, he answers to his name.
Yes,
And
sir.
how many times did we hear that even when Yahweh called Moses, he called him by name?
Yes, yes.
See?
Yes,
And the Son said he knows you by your name.
That's right.
And he's called you unto him. You understand? Let's get real. Let's restore this thing back like it was given. Because it's the only hope that's in the world. You understand? And let's not take it lightly. Now, when Yahweh declared a purpose, this is what I've been drilling the children in Florida about.
Yes,
They
sir.
catch it up. Before anything was, he declared a purpose from start to finish. But to execute his purpose, he stepped into a shape and form.
Work is dead.
Right? He chose a cloud to symbolize eternity.
Yes, sir.
Follow me? And this is a phenomenal cloud. You see? Jim Morton, what's your mother's name? Jasmine? What's your father's name? See? Now, you know where he went and got that? He went right in the cloud.
That's right.
Now, see, he can't go in the cloud to tell me his mother and father's name and get an erroneous name out of that. All right? Because it ain't rested in there. I'm trying to make it plain now. So when you talk about reaching back, make sure you don't reach back to the esoteric. You and your reaching back. You see? And the angels came forth past Elohim and the gate. You're a damn line of truth ain't in you. See, that's why we're getting all this mess.
Yes, sir.
Yahweh, by him creating, he had nothing to create, nothing but the pattern of himself.
Right.
That's right.
Yes.
It is him that's transforming into every cosmographical structure in the universe. That's why John said, without him what? Transforming into it.
Right.
There was nothing made that was made. And if he's the kingdom, he's righteous, or he in charge of the adjective, then you tell me I go create something satanic.
No way.
Do it, sir.
How could he create the man in his likeness and image, and the man's opposite than he is?
Nope. Don't line up.
What is the image? He has the appearance of that shape and form.
Right?
The likeness of the attributes in him.
Go ahead, sir. All right. Go on, Father.
Yes, I know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That's right.
Like the song said, what will you do? I'm answering to him now.
That's right.
As he answered to Yahweh, me recognize that's who he was.
Yeah.
What will you do to him? Well, I will show
You
him. And
done.
my testimony is the same as yours.
Yeah.
Speak, Father.
We went around with contradictions. Moses didn't back his all, the Elohim of Israel. Then we run away and God said, no man has ever seen Yahweh at any time. Are you crazy?
Tell it.
Then who was Moses?
Oh.
Was he lying? When him and the 70 elders that saw him, were they lying?
No,
No.
See, there's something missing over there.
Yes.
No man has seen him.
Right.
You see, there's something missing. No man has ever seen him and lived.
Right.
Thank you.
Once you see him, you're dead.
That's right. That's right.
Hallelujah.
You understand? Things have been taken out of your Bible. things been taken out of context, and that Yahweh shows you don't know where they go.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But let me finish. Oh, get on. So then he created the heaven and earth. Now, here, where I'm at now, I'm not talking about the vision.
Okay.
Given to Moses. I think when he said, when he just willed the creation to be, declaring the end from the beginning, there wasn't nobody to do it.
Right. That's right.
But in his mercy, when he chose the time appointed to reveal it to a man named Moses, he broke it down in this.
Right.
Okay.
What I'm really talking about, Moses knew what sheep was. He knew what offspring was. He knew what grass was. He seen the sun, moon, stars. He watered the flocks. No, he walked around the earth.
Yes.
He'd already seen that.
Right.
And there's another principle with Moses. You are the children and partakers of the vision and revelation given to the founder.
Yes.
Then that makes you his flock.
That's right.
Do it then.
I'm saying it to say, bring up a point.
All right.
Then when Moses was a shepherd over Ruel's flock, he didn't seek to rob Ruel. He didn't put them off on the side.
No.
Maybe the female, y'all start proud of it.
That's right.
Yes.
You see? Then soon as he got enough, he said, hey, Ruel, I think I'm cutting out. I don't need you no more. He didn't rip him off. His wife should read out and he tried to rip off the family.
Yeah.
Sheep or his children.
Yeah.
God damn, he wrote his doctrine.
Bring it home, Dad. Yes, sir. Just like that.
I'm gonna tell the teacher that I promised them. Hey, I'll give you a copy of the tape. They can see it for themselves. That's right. And they went to the one meeting in California, and they said, now I about they need another soul.
Yes, sir.
And rose in the choir direction. You know, that teacher asked a question in the back, and they ain't answered her yet.
Go ahead.
You know why? They're lying.
All right.
It's a lie, Richard. You don't need another soul.
All right. Yeah.
You don't need another body. We know this was simple. You understand? But the one we're talking about is already in there, so you don't need nothing. You are complete in him as of now. You just got to come to it. You remember there was a fellow that seven from Enoch?
Yes.
The seven from Adam, was walking along, and there was no more. Huh? What was he like? Did he need another soul, another spirit? Another body? You walking right on down to the end of this and walk right out on into eternity. You know? You don't need nothing. You complete to make that step.
Right. Right.
And you don't have to worry about no long hair for him that is Krishna. Harry Krishna gonna snatch you up out of him by a braid, you know? Once the braid breaks. Right? It's time, you see, it's time to put away foolishness. You see? This is time to do it. Somebody said, God Kennedy sent me. For what? If you're still asking questions, you haven't been sent.
Right.
Although Yahweh says, he's qualified to answer all your questions.
That's right.
And he answer before you can ask. In a lot of cases.
That's right.
That I've done.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
These couple here, this married couple here, Jerry and Brenda, they were separated, and Brenda was talking to me, he was in a business meeting. She said, well, I have to talk to Gary. I said, you want him to call you? She said, well, yes, I just willed with it. Pick up the phone, call him. He's sitting there, am I right?
Right.
That's right.
Don't lie.
That's right.
Remember now, we're restoring the vision. Don't start lying now. We have to get rid of lies.
Right in the middle of a contract, I put it down, got up, went over to the phone and called her.
That's right.
And all I said was, Gary, call her.
Go ahead, man.
That's right.
See what you doing, call her.
Happy Sunday. Yes, sir.
And you do the same thing.
Yes, sir.
And there was a time when the founder said, anything you see me do, you do. I didn't believe it. But when I got around to trying it, I found it works.
That's right.
It works. Oh, yeah. But you have to be given permission. As he used to say, if I'm given permission to speak, it's done.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so I didn't raise the dead, heal the sick,
Yes, you have.
talk the blind, I didn't know all that.
Yes, sir.
And he told me one time, we talked about Farley all the time, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Farley was written, I just got sick of hearing it.
Okay.
Because he came back to Springfield and said, you check the record. He said, yes, I raised Farley from the dead, but I think it did him more harm than good. Said, you check the record. Everyone that Messiah healed did not follow.
Right.
They got their reward.
Go ahead, Daddy.
And then you want the reward of immortality. You still, that's just the reward you have.
Right. That's correct.
Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now watch. So it showed that vision to Moses in a day-by-day, chronological day-by-day sequence. And it's abiding right where Yahweh put it.
Yes.
That's right.
And he turned it.
Yes, sir.
And it ain't got options.
Right.
You got it now?
Yes.
So now, Yahweh had begun to walk from Adam down through the creation.
Yes.
You understand me?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir. See, we've got it understood. This is him manifested.
That's
Right.
right.
You understand? Look, this is the divine authority for it. Sacrifices and burnt offerings thou wouldest not. But a body thou hast prepared for me, and Lord, I come.
Yes.
Yes.
You follow?
Yeah.
In the body. Here it is here.
Right.
That's right. Yes. Right.
That's before he manifested the Virgin Mary, uttering those words. He cannot do nothing on earth that he had not already done in heaven.
That's right. Yes.
You understand? All the fruit of that was in that ended up in him.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And a coat of flesh.
That's all.
When he, then I'm going to tell you, maybe we'll say yes.
All right.
As Moses was seeing Elohim narrate, let us make a man. He saw him put on a physical body. And he didn't see this.
Right.
But what did he see? He saw.
Good stuff.
See, because if he did this, his life is covered from outside,
Yeah.
not within.
Nah. That's right. That's right.
And it's just like you were alive when your mother was carrying you
Yes, sir.
and wasn't breathing oxygen.
That's
But you were alive and being fed.
Yeah.
Though you were kicking and complaining. See? You were being fed. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
So let me try to get down to a point. So now Yahweh began to appear to a man named Noah. Right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah.
Then he began to appear, you see, from to the other patriarchs, except Abraham.
Yes, sir.
The condensed of it, okay, on time scale. Now, when he gets down to Abraham, then you got to have that seed born down in Egypt, coming out of Canaan land.
That's right.
All right.
Right?
All right.
Right.
Yeah.
So Abraham is born. Moses is born.
All right.
And he's out of that lineage, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Listen.
Yes, sir.
So Moses, at the age of 40, slaves of the Egyptians. We've been through that. See, we've been here. So I'm not going to rehearse the whole thing. Slew the Egyptians, fled in the land of Midian.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Moses, 80 years old,
Yes, sir.
Right.
at the burning bush. Zero's going to have no value, and 8 is Yahweh's eternal value.
Yes,
That's right.
Go on, Dad. Yeah.
So at the age of 80, right on the nose, appears him in the burning bush.
All right.
See? And sends Moses back down into Egypt to bring his children or his son
Yes.
out of Egypt.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Let them go a 3 days journey to worship me. Right?
That's right.
Right?
Right.
See, I'm telling you, I'm weak, I'm losing my voice. I don't want to be up here rasping and warm for nothing. So, to make a long story short, I'm after something. So then Moses, at the last plague of death, they slew the lamb, put it on the 4 corners, right? Now this slaying here coincides with this slaying here. See, and don't you forget, he's slaying here, so he's slaying here, and he's slaying there, coming on into this. So either way you talk, it's a slaying to come down, and a slaying to go back. Follow?
Yeah.
So it works that either in a decent fashion or unsaid fashion. Something has to die for you to return. Or something has to give up his life that you might have life. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, so after Moses brings the children out, not through the dividing water, but the turtle up water.
Yes, sir.
You see?
Yes.
Of the Red Sea, they went through on dry land. See, and that coincides, as I'm saying, this is the lamb slain before the time. The 3rd day here is the seed of vegetation. Yes, and seed of Abraham coming up out of the land of Egypt.
That's right.
You follow me?
Yes, sir.
You understand? See, this could not happen here if this had not already happened there.
Right.
You follow?
Beautiful.
Then Yahweh gathered them up around the mountain. You follow?
Yes,
Then he gathered up the seed of vegetation all around him.
Yeah.
And then they have them all washed up, cleaned up, gathered up around him. So Israel, yes, then had to wash up and be gathered up around the mountain.
All right, yeah.
That he might speak to them.
Yeah.
Tell it.
All right.
Restore the vision back.
Yes, sir.
You see?
Thank you.
Now they say, what happened? And another damn thing while I'm at. If you don't have the Holy Spirit, fake it. When did you ever hear of a fake Holy Spirit? Listen, even the devil ain't a fake.
That's right.
He's a genuine devil. He's not a fake one. Get out of here with that stuff. You don't have the Holy Spirit, fake. And somebody said, there's nothing wrong with that. He's just showing you're trying. That's the problem. You're trying. Instead of being, you're trying. You're trying to be good.
Right.
A whole lot of lies being told around here in these schools. No, I'm going to do this first. In Florida,
Yes, sir. All right.
I mean, they look at this as something to state Elohim. It's just a thing. You should hope the hell you have tonight. Looking like the title is pretty great. Compared to what we really look like now. But Elohim is just a thing. A great heavenly anthropomorphic being.
All right.
But in heaven is in church. And all you can say about it is just a thing. Yahweh's not a God. The hell he ain't. There's nothing he's not.
Right.
He's ain't creeping in.
All right.
And all this damn out in the logical question should be, what was the name? All that's been added.
Yeah, it has.
Fella called me from Dayton. Said that's the first time I heard the Monterey. The way we do the Monterey, the way the old man set it up. I know who had all that junk to it. But the logical question should be, who was the name of the Savior when he walked in past the Indian and that. Take 45 minutes to introduce nothing. The logical question for you and I was, who was this man AC? That's the more recent logical question.
Right.
You see? And it was that one that AC one told you about this Yahshua back here. Now you're not going to jump all over AC to get back to Yahshua. You can stop that jump.
That's right.
And Yahshua's not coming back after your hand.
That's right.
See, Yahshua's coming back for a little. I mean, just run. Didn't Jerry Mathis? What did Jerry Mathis know? He needs to go somewhere and shut up too. Right. Because the international president. Are you kidding? Of what? City dump? You know why I said it? Are you filtering up on these folks? Yes, I said, and I told him in the face. Yeah. And I said, oh, he talked rough out there. Like, no, I told him in the face. Nobody frightened me.
That's right. It's like it is, Dave.
Well, okay, you be doing me a favor. I don't desire them, no, and it's against the law to kill yourself. My eyes, I don't have to fool with it no more. You take it, you know? Let somebody cuss you out for it. You know? The rest of your life. Or y'all wait to happen to him. Hey, what is being in him? You got to stand in Yahshua. You got to get Yahshua in you. What the hell are you talking about? Who made him born in you? Who took him out? Who put him in? He was saying Yahweh was not all in all yet. When was he half-assed? Don't complain. You see, just dancing around trying to be nice and humble. I tried that for 50 times. That ain't work. Try to anoint him, you know. You really didn't mean that. I know you know better than that. That ain't work. Quit lying, damn it. You take that and you say, Proton, let me make it. If I don't get no present, we don't have Pastor Martin. And then when we leave, you're going to have class. And this class is not dismissed to the universal revelation. Now, and that was what? Am I spelling it right?
Yes, sir.
Neutron. And what? Help me look a little intelligent, man. And that's an apple. That's an apple, right?
That's right.
Then would you know that this is an apple?
It's all right the way you got it.
Very well.
Right.
You did and got tricked. This is an apple too.
Excellent.
Got it right?
Excellent, Dave.
Okay. Now we say, man, it's Numa, Psyche, Soma, right?
Yes.
Now, so we speak in past, present, future tense, right? And head reading, chest reading, abdominal reading. In the car, you got gas, water, oil.
Right.
Egg, shell, the white, the yolk.
Right.
Some. Just go on and on and on and on. It's endless.
That's right.
Threefold ramification of the self-same principle or deed. Tell it.
Right.
Got it?
Yes.
Now, so then we said this down. You can ask two if you want to. But three has never been defined. Spirit, soul, what? And I don't mean spirit. I'm talking about that. Body of heaven in the spirit. I'm not talking about nothing flesh. Body. Right? Now when you come along and say you need another Elohim or another soul, you just got through saying you need another Elohim.
Right.
And as the Bible used to say, you be surprised how stupid you are. Till you learn that.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, I won't have much time, much more time. I want, where are you, Colossians?
Colossians 2:9.
Now, this is what I want to say in conclusion of this. See, as he appeared to the prophets, you see, he appeared to Rachel.
Yeah.
See, and before she died, he appeared to Brenda. Before he died, she died. She appeared to this. In other words, that Yahweh keeping that chain coming all the way down. Now remember now, it's the same Elohim appearing to each one of them. You follow me? It's not a different Elohim. It's not a different deity. It's the same one. So it was at the time of Moses that began to write. Noah. You understand? Abraham.
Yeah.
You understand? Others did not write their vision.
That's right.
You understand? It was Moses that wrote. Therefore, he said, go to Moses first. Why? Because he's the first one I had to write and record the visions I gave to them. And you got, in this man, you got the vision given to Moses in Council in the Founder. You got the revelation given to John in Alabama, given to the Founder. What are you lacking?
Nothing.
Somebody said, let's progress on. You haven't understood that to the game yet. So, when he came in to fulfill. You know, they couldn't make a move. You know, therefore, he said, sacrifice, burn off, thou wouldst not, for the body thou hast prepared for me. Lo, I come in the Bible of the book, as it is written me to do thy will, O Yahweh. It was Yahweh himself, you understand, that he declared, I have purpose. I'll carry it out. And then put on a packed sack of it and walk among those that he called to come forth. You understand? Look at this like you and me. That's how he exalted himself. You follow me? You understand? And then that he raised others from the dead when they told about Lazarus being dead. You follow me? Then he had to wait 4 days before he go down there and raise him from the dead. Isn't that right? Why he did have to wait 4 days? Because he put the sun in heaven on the 4th day. And he was manifested as the sun walking in the earth. So he had to go down at the 4th day and raise Lazarus from the dead to prove that I am the life, I am the resurrection. You understand what we're talking about now? Every step that he's making, he has to do in fulfillment of that, which is done in Scripture. Back here, when he took Aaron and down the bayou and set the elders up into a mountain, and then right trying to figure before you try to figure them or cause them to sin, then in fulfillment after 6 days, in the fulfillment then he took up Peter, James, and John to the high mountain. Peter was the father, and James and John was the brother. It's like Aaron back here is the father, and everybody. And when the disciples went out, casting out demons out of the spirit out of men, they came back to the master. They all there. Cast out devils in your name. That's right. Go over and destroy them. In Messiah said, take by what you're talking about. He said, cast out devils in my name. In my own. So who are those 70 hit 10 out to the fulfillment of these 70 back here. That's what we're talking about. Every move that he's making. Now through his death, burial, resurrection, appeared to them on the day of Pentecost. Preached a sermon up there on the day of Pentecost because they were all one accord. Because Yahweh was back. This is the unity of himself. So they had to be assembled on earth as he walked in heaven. One accord. All stiff back into my hand. So they gathered in upper room and then appeared to him. There's that. He told them before he said, there's something that stand amongst you. Now, you shall not die. Or see that you see the Son of Man coming on his glory. Isn't that right? And he appeared to them on the day of Pentecost. He appeared in Albany. Said, these are the words that I spoke with you while I was yet with you. I did all things. I'm talking about he died, buried, resurrected, and he came back. Tell the same thing. Where do you get your goddamn changes? And he told us, Moses, my spirit. You remember when you said, you saw me out there walking on the water. You didn't say, I see Yahweh. You said, I see a spirit. You know why you said that, please? because I was the same one that Moses told you about in the beginning. The Spirit of Yahweh moved upon the face of the deep. Isn't that right? You know, but they understand. They begin to understand. And they came down from the day of Pentecost and began to preach. Isn't that right? And just like 3,000 back there were destroyed for building the golden calf. Yahweh takes away. And he gives life. And then soon that same sermon on the day of Pentecost, by Peter, 3,000 were added unto him. And as many that heard began to be untamed because it's baptized how? In the name of the Father, the name of the Son, the name of the Holy Spirit. It wasn't just Yahshua. It wasn't just Yahshua. Just Yahshua. Yahshua. It was the name of the Father, the name of the Son, the name of the Holy Spirit. And these three are one. Read. Go ahead.
We're in Him.
We're in Him. We're in Him.
Well, of all the fullness
Love all the full.
of the supernal nature of Yahweh
nature.
in bodily form.
In bodily form. Read.
And ye are complete.
And ye, take this on home with you. And ye are complete. Ye who? Ye anybody.
Go ahead,
Behold, if they speak not, they who? Any damn body. Ye anybody.
Right.
Where is Yahweh? What body is he in? Everybody. Ain't nobody in it. Have I preached? Did you get anything out of it? You are complete. Don't you tell me I don't know. I accept that as it. I come to help, encourage, admonish, get you to hold on to what that old man taught you. And if I say something that you don't see, ask me about it. You don't have to be afraid of me. I won't hurt you. I won't go call your name behind your back like they've done me here. Talk about me before I get here, talk about me while I'm here, and talk about me after I leave. But ain't a goddamn thing you can do with nothing I know. Nobody yet has whipped this no man. And you are complete in him. Anybody here outside of him? No. You believe now in him we live, moving out our being? Yeah. And if you in him, you are complete. Yeah. In other words, you got the Father, you got the Word, you got the Holy Spirit. Son, that will be, you understand, when this is the law. See that? Just take that Father, Word, Holy Spirit, just place it in an earthen vessel. You understand? You have to crucify Yahweh to get him from the dead. Son, he was wearing the death, hell in the grave. You understand? Yeah. But he came in the world to put death to death and bring life and immortality to life. And we all know that old man taught that. We profess we believe it. And this is one that did, so that means all right. And you have an immortal spirit, brother, in you now. If we are real careful, you got an immortal body too. But that's where an immortal spirit dwells. In an immortal body. You just haven't seen it. It does not yet appear what it shall be, but when it is. You understand? It looks like just like him. I say, but we must all undergo a change. That's right. See what I mean? This, you look at it, is not that. That's right. It shall be. So the boss is in here preaching from the throne. That's right. I'm preaching from the throne right direct to the throne. That's right. In other words, I'm standing here as your son, praising Yahweh in you. Yeah. I'm asking you, Father, did I please you? Yeah.
And power.
We've got to read
In whom also ye are
I got about 5-10 minutes. I'm taking it. Take it. Read.
in whom also ye are circumcised,
You're circumcised.
Yeah,
the circumcision made without
See,
hands.
that's how you get the women both circumcised.
that's right.
Thank you.
Circumcision made without hands. Understand?
Teach, man.
So we ain't talking about male nor female organs. It's done without hands.
Right.
The circumcision of the inner man. You understand? And that Holy Spirit is cut away. And or circumcised that old man. You understand? You're a new man in the Messiah. You
Right.
understand? Behold, if any man be in the Messiah, he's a new creature. And just some things. All things become almost real.
No.
See, stop injecting words in there. Right. Read.
In putting off the body of the sins of the flesh.
See that?
By
Put
the
away lying. That's the body of sin. Put away lying. Put away cheating. Quit running around here talking about the 1,010 you. Quit running around here talking about you had a baby. One of these days you might have to prove that.
All right.
And ain't none of them proved to me yet. Because I got you covered.
Yes, sir.
But that's why I don't like it. I don't give a damn. And I don't mean that ugly. I just don't care what you think. I'm not here to please you.
Right.
You don't have it in I'll say it for you. You don't have eternal life to give me. So why should I praise you?
Teach, man.
Why should I'm men and women please?
That's right.
Read, let's go.
By the circumcision of the Messiah.
Uh-huh.
Buried with him by immersion.
Buried with him by immersion. See, you thought you went to the grave with him.
Teach, that.
Said buried him by immersion. Don't you know as many as the Hebrews that was baptized, by John, was baptized into his death?
Yes.
One but one man that come out of the ground by vision. One but one man that went back. The rest of you bypassed.
Right.
Work it, Jay.
Mull that one over.
Yeah.
Think that one over real hard. See, you didn't come out of the ground.
Right.
And neither did Adam.
Right.
But he was merciful enough to show it to you. Yes? Somebody got pictures of Adam coming up. You got an idea of my own. This is Adam. This is Eve, the trigger finger.
That's right.
This is Cain. And who in the hell is this?
Right.
Who's this? We got two Adams now, two Eve, and two. Yeah, what's going on here? The Pharaoh never taught that jump is that. No, he didn't do it. He taught you all the time you don't believe there was 10 laws that came down from Mount Sinai, you got 10 fingers that come down. All the time you don't believe there was 10 plagues down in Egypt, you got 10 toes down. So, we taught us about the body fitted together with joints and sockets.
Yes, right.
I mean, he didn't go into the tibia and the splenomedulla and that stuff. Ain't nobody around here trying to learn medical. We want to know something about Yahweh. Yahweh already knows what body, what it is. And he already knows that. We just don't know him. Learning, well, what bone is this? Well, that's the circle of the blood. Ain't no light, he don't like it.
Teach, that.
We want to know him that raised this from the dead. Read.
Wherein also ye are risen with him.
Ye are risen with him. Read.
Through the faith of the operation of Yahweh.
Through the faith, see, by preaching faith comes. That's that source and substance. But with Elohim took on shape and form within the source and the substance itself. That's the same thing that's being formed in you now as the gospel is being preached. That's right. And don't you ever forget, you took on shape and form covered into this body through that substance. Yes, everything that you needed in this earth plane to live, move, and have a being, it was in the source and the substance that you descended.
That's right.
And don't you think Yahweh got down here and didn't know how to get you back? See, unto him, you understand?
Thank you.
Not that you ever left. Read.
Who hath raised him from the
Who
dead.
hath raised him from the dead. Read.
And you being dead in your sins,
And you have been dead in your sins.
and the uncircumcision of your flesh, hath he quickened together with him, having forgiven you all trespasses.
Right. All right, that's right.
All right. So I don't want to hear it.
Work it, Dad.
I'm the one that forgave you.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
But that's awful, boy. See, when you speak for our thoughts, brother, it's the same spirit.
That's right.
The spirit of our Father in us is forgiveness. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about this damn
That's
thing.
right.
This can't forgive this. You understand? You know why? Because it ain't done nothing to be forgiven for.
All right.
You understand? I mean, somebody slap Gene, hand this up here, though. Get it out here, and the hand won't be doing it. Read.
Blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us, which was contrary to us,
You don't down, let no man deceive you.
let no one, Jude 16, let no one condemn you regarding sacrificial meal and drink offerings made on holy days, new moons and Sabbaths, which are a shadow of things to come, but the substance is the Messiah. Let no man beguile you of your reward.
That's it. See? There it is. Warning. Don't you let nobody beguile you.
All right.
For what that old man taught you.
All right.
I ain't about to turn mine loose. You do what you want. And I haven't stowed away 69 years for nothing.
All right.
Right. You see? I haven't thrown away all that I give up to know Yahweh in vain. That's right.
Right.
I've laid hold on it, and I'm going to hold on to it. I don't care what nobody else does. Like me or don't like me. Right, Frank? And none of you can say I ever come here and been belligerent or ill-mannered or disrespectful to anybody.
Right.
Right. At no time.
Do it,
And
Dad.
I remember this man at my father's funeral said that Dr. Kinley had some of the lovingest children he ever met.
Go ahead, Dad.
You remember that? Or you saw it? Over at Cicely Street, why? What's that? And, oh, no, what's that one? You called his name. Miller. He was there. And you know what? They tried to start something there. My father still said, well, wonder where Doc's at now. I said, Glenn, I said, I don't you start that stuff.
Go ahead, Dad.
Miller, remember, I didn't remember. He told me.
That's right.
I put a stop to it right then and there.
Right. Yes.
I'm not in my father's place. My father has his place.
Right.
And I have a place in my father. And so do we all. You don't need to try to knock you out of place so I can live through it. Everybody's getting a place, damn it, stay there. And I know some of them look at me and say, he looks too much like an only play for me.
Yeah.
He looked just like me, Daddy. Oh, what's the matter with me? You said it. I'm afraid of the image of likeness. What's the matter with me? You look like my father and mother. You know? That bother you? Read, Barry. Let's go. It's time to go.
Let no man deceive you of your reward in a voluntary humility
See?
and worshiping of angels, intruding into those things which he hath not seen, vainly puffed up by his carnal mind,
See that? Read.
and not holding the head from
Not holding the head. Not holding, I'm saying, wait, not holding to what the old man taught.
Right.
Hold to that.
Okay.
That's the power by which all of us begin to see. From, and that's what I'm holding to. Read.
and not holding the head from which all the body by joints and bands, having nourishment, ministered, and knit together increaseth with the increase of Elohim.
All right.
Wherefore, if ye be dead with the Messiah from the rudiments of the world,
You see, you don't die down here. You die from the root. You know what? Dad, what's rudiment? Rudiment in drumming are the basics.
Right. Right.
Right, John? When you learn to study drumming, right, Donnie? That's the big, right, Jason? Yes. Rudiment is the beginning. You learn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. In the beginning, isn't it?
Right.
And you have to learn all that before you can do what you saw them up here do.
All right.
Right. You have to learn the basics. So if you be dead with the Messiah from the roots,
Right.
or the what? Basics. You see what? Read.
why, as though living in the world,
Why, though living in the world,
are ye subject to ordinance?
are you subject to ordinance?
Touch not, taste not,
Let
handle.
such as touch not, taste not. Is it? What is it you can't handle? What is it you can't touch? And as Donnie said, the devil don't give a damn whether you getting water or not. Whether you smoke, he don't give a damn about that. He knows there's more to you losing out eternal life than that. But as I said, you come on back. We're not through yet. I have a few more sermons left. And I hope that I've said something to encourage you, to hold on and be ready to go to one another and help one another.
Yes.
Quit condoning wrongdoing. If they don't love you for it, then go on be, you understand? Be disliked for it. But just do all you know how to do. To restore this vision and this revelation back to the way it was given and begin to be preached in 1932 down to now. Shall we continue to bless you? Thank you.